Hello folks, my name is Brett Vigodsky. I'm here today from the law firm of Levin, Papantonio to talk to you about workers' compensation, the nuts and bolts of the workers' compensation law, and specifically what you need to do as an injured worker when you get injured on the job. Because that first 30 to 60 day time frame when you get injured, that is by far the most important period under the workers' compensation law to make sure that you get the benefits that you're entitled to while you're under the system. Now, why should you listen to somebody like me? Because I've been practicing workers' compensation for 13 years in the Pensacola area. I'm very passionate about what I do. I will fight to the very end for you, the injured worker. And you need somebody like that because it's a grueling system for somebody who's been going up against adjusters or defense attorneys by yourself. The thing that's so important about that first 30 days is because there's so many requirements. Specifically, you've got to report the injury within 30 days. Now, I tell people, even though the law says you have 30 days, there's no point in waiting that long. You need to report it right away. I had a client in my office about 2 weeks ago. This client even did report, they say they reported it. They told their employer 3 or 4 days after the injury, they told them verbally, didn't go to the doctor right away, didn't ask for treatment for about another 6 weeks after the injury, and then was following up. What happened? The employer denied the claim, stating that the injured worker never reported it. Well, what can you do to avoid that? Well, you can make sure that you report it in writing as well as verbally. You get a notice of injury report written up. If they won't comply with the notice of injury report, you write it out on a piece of paper, give it to a secretary, give it to whoever you can find. Then make sure you ask them to let you see an authorized workers' compensation doctor. If they won't comply, you call the insurance company themselves and report it. You take whatever measures you can, folks, to make sure that it's documented as many places as possible. Then once you get to that workers' compensation doctor, almost the same approach applies. You need to make sure that you're very specific about your injuries. Tell them when it happened, where it happened, how it happened, that it happened on the job, and what specific body parts you injured. Because 9 months, 12 months, a year after the injury, if they start denying certain body parts, you can go back and take a look at that doctor's record, and if you're very clear about what you injured, that initial record is going to hold a lot of weight in determining whether or not a workers' compensation judge will rule in your favor in determining whether or not you get treatment. So once again, I cannot stress it enough, that first 30 days is very, very critical to ensure that you get the benefits that you're entitled to. All right? Make sure if you have problems in this area, you give me a call. I can help you. You can reach me at levinislocal.com, or you can reach me directly at my office at 850-435-7134. Those are the ins and outs of workers' compensation in the first 30 to 60 days of as to what you need to do.